penalty. It would be a very serious mistakes made by the judicial system. But however, in China, I think that the majority of people would say we still need the death penalty. You know, as a law professor, personally, I would like to see the abolishment of the death penalty in our country. But as an individual living on this land for so many years, you know, I really think that we still need the death penalty because it's part of our culture. And when we are saying that making laws, you have to take the public opinion into the consideration. This is a democratic way of making laws. And the great majority in China still think we need the death penalty. So probably in future, we will have the time that most people think we should abolish the death penalty. I hope that I could see that in my life.
But of course, more caution is practiced when we are giving the verdict of death penalty. Professor Palm, I know that Europe is very much concerned and is very vocal when it comes to opposing the death penalty. Europe is critical of China and the U.S. for still executing people, criminals. What is the thinking behind this? And how do you understand the Chinese practice of still keeping capital punishment?
Good evening. Well, there are two questions actually in your question. The first question is why Europe is so much concerned. Well, I guess it's fair to say that it has taken a long time in Europe to abolish death penalty, almost 30 years. And now, of course, it's a mandatory option. No European countries can be a candidate to the European Union if they still have death penalty. Behind that, there is a rationale, which is to say that actually it's based on reason. It's a very rational statement to consider that abolishing death penalty is good for avoiding wrongful convictions, for instance. And it's extremely important also because then you have other ways to change and reform the criminal justice system. Zola, the French thinker, used to say it's difficult for a country to say that you are going to teach people not to kill if you kill yourself. Mm-hmm. So I think there is a long rationale that comes from the Enlightenment period in Europe, and actually it became a principle, but it's based on reason. The fact that actually it's much better just not to condemn someone who might be innocent than killing someone. I mean, you know, to kill someone.
But do you think it is necessary to consider the social context of the law? Because here in China, the majority of the people, as Professor He mentioned, still in favor of keeping capital punishment.
Yeah, but you know, public opinion is very changeable. They're very changeable, and when death penalty was abolished in most of European countries, public opinion were against